So hello YouTube and OnePlus. I'm Siddharth. I'm here to, as part of the program of OnePlus 5G Apps of Tomorrow. I've actually generated a concept art and a whole idea about an app. It's actually not a new app, but before that, before jumping into a whole concept of things, I'd like to introduce where I'm from. I'm from India. I'm from South India, Kerala. So let's talk about the app itself. So I have not generated a new application. I've just done minor tweaks and things about in the file manager. We already a pre-existing file manager, which I tweaked it so that it could use the maximum capability of 5G to make it much more advanced. So I got some screenshots here in which I have edited the screenshots, and I've just added all these new settings and tweaks which will be used to potentially do stuff. So first I'd like to say what it's all about, what it really is. It's about 5 is coming, big thing for the revolutionary change in industry and everything. So what's gonna really change is we're all gonna have these these bigger files, all these phones and every system and everything's gonna integrate much bigger. Like they're gonna come up with 8K, and it's gonna have lots of size for like its size, GB is gonna be high, very high. Like every application is gonna have more and more and more. Everything's gonna just get more bigger. What companies gonna do now is they're gonna make their phones much more storage options. Like they're gonna come up with terabytes, maybe like PCs terabytes, more GB, more, everything's gonna be expanded. So what about the phones we already have in our homes? They come at 32 GBs, 60 GB, 64, like that in the sizes we have it currently on our pockets. So we'll be able to have all these files, all these new updated files on our mobile phones. That's tricky. That's very complicated. Like we couldn't have it in our hands everything at once, because we don't have much space for organizing all of them. So that's where my advanced file manager for OnePlus. So we already have this file application, and I have these screenshots over here. I don't know if you guys can clearly see clearly, but I'll just link them up in the description so you guys could actually visit it and see it for yourself much clearly. So to continue the video, we'll be continuing the video like this way in this view, so that you guys could actually see these screenshots pretty easily, pretty clearly. So this is the logo here, the next to file dash. So I've named it smart files. Okay, it's smart files. This logo could be interchangeable depending on whatever the our community decides or OnePlus decides. So actually this is the logo. So what happens is when you click on it, you'll get generated to this page. So smart files, this is the actual page where everything happens. So what is the main idea about smart files is that it removes all the duplicate files and all the unused large files. So unused large files are meaning which have been not used, large files which have not been used for like a month, like 2 months, 3 months, or whatever it is, 5 months or something like that. And we could in the OnePlus smart file settings, here we have these 3 dots in which click we could go to settings. I've also generated that screenshot too. I'll show it afterwards. So in which you could actually set the file size from between 5 GB to 10 GB. I want those files to be considered as large files for the devices. You could set that also, not only 5 to 10, to any limit, and you set it to any limit as per the user preferences. So here we got, then let me talk about the duplicate files found option here. So the duplicate file found option is actually talking about all the duplicate files in your system. Like by meaning of duplicate files, I'm meaning it to be like same files, the same files. So I have 2 files listed over here. Actually this is one image which is a 1.2 MB. Okay, so when we long press on it, I'm actually going to show all the two files location and their size and all the details about them, and on tapping it we could delete both of them. No, sorry, not both of them, any one of them. Okay, we could do that. And also we have this mp3 over here, the same way it be functioning. And also, so we could detect these by using AI and ML. We'll be able to detect it using that. We should be able to design it into the application. We should be able to make it into the application so that the AI reads all the applications and files using the file manager, and make sure it detects all the duplicate applications and lists them out over here, so that the user could interface with it and delete and do whatever he wants to. So it could be images, it could be songs and everything. So one of the easiest and the base way to find it is this. Okay, you can see this mp3 file. Okay, so I am generating this by the same name. Yeah, into file with same name, 2 or more files, the same name could be listed out here. Same, not only names, as I said, using artificial intelligence we could also find images with same properties and same images and same video files, anything. And I've also had this cool tweaks over here, where if you have an image file, you could implement this image logo over here, this music over here, so that we only have an image and a audio. We have these two, and here we have this movie and a document, so that's why we have this document logos and this video logo. So okay, so as per the set the size range, I have here the Avengers Age of Ultron 8K and Red Dead Redemption 2 OBB. Okay, and this percentage recording, going to do it by how many files we have over here into the whole files on our system. By 100 we're going to get this percentage, and also this percentage we're going to see how many, we're going to show it over here, how many percentage of the files are largely unused files and the duplicate files. And on tap of these files, long tap of these files, we'll get details about how, when we last used it, and our options and all options, like we have size and everything, its names, location, everything will be in the details. Then let's hop on to this these three dots, and so jumping into the settings option in the smart files, we could see the set file size range. So file size range I have here above 1 GB. So tapping on it, you could actually get a small box in which there will be listed like we have these scroll things where we could set the file range. It could be from 1 GB. As I said an example about 5 GB to 10 GB last time, we could set it up there. And I haven't designed it as a screenshot, but I have it written on a paper. I have drawn it on a paper. I'll also scan it, and will be on the description. So next we will have this set cloud storage. So that's the cloud storage where we'll be uploading these large files too. So so on tapping this, we'll get the list out all the drives we have, like all the Google drives, all the other all smart cloud, sorry, it's not smart cloud, all the cloud storage, like all the cloud services we have, in which we could upload these large files too. Then we have these favorite files, so it's actually turned on over here. So turning on favorite files means we could use favorite files to calculate these and generate these results, like duplicate files. If a file is set as favorite file and the favorite file option is turned off, then by default it will be turned off, and these favorite files will not be used to generate these results. Like favorite files will not be used for these. And if favorite files is turned on, it will be. That's the whole thing about this tab. Okay, so now let's talk about the main tab. The main tab meaning, so this program is all about 5G apps of tomorrow. So let's talk about how my new concept of file manager is actually gonna help into 5G. So mainly I'm looking forward is to send and receive files over the cloud. So using 5G, we could actually send these large unused files to the cloud and back from the cloud much easily and much faster. Using 5G is going to be that fast. Tap, it's on the cloud. So to view it, you could go to your drive and it'll be there. To receive it, you could just download it back to the file. Okay, that's it. So that's the main 5G enhancement of this file manager, and also the AI and ML into finding the duplicate files. That's not a 5G part, but still that's keeping it advanced, keeping it on the level. So that's it from me. That's the whole concept about